Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Revival League. This is the close qualifiers, and this is round two. Today we are going to be seeing 5 stars versus Oblivion XC, and we just got into the ban phase. We're playing on the map of Bank, and the first ban that's coming in is the Monty. It's kind of an unusual ban for Bank, in my opinion. You can use Monty in various ways, especially the dare take on the bottom floor. He's really strong there. Or maybe if you want to go for a square take when the defenders go on the top floor, that's also a very good option for you. But today we're not going to be seeing any of that since Monty is going to be banned. Second ban that's coming in is Nook. I mean, we've talked about Nook a lot of times in the past as well. Nook is a versatile operator. She can be roaming around the building. She can be pushing with the main team. She can be pinching around on the other side of the map. She can evade any kind of view when it comes from cameras, so there's no point in just leaving her be there. So if you're gonna ban her, you're gonna ban her. If you want ban her, you need to play her. It's either one of the two. Third ban that comes in, it's Mira. Mira can see, she can use her mirror windows on walls and can see through them easily. She can be used in any kind of soft or hard wall. So there's a reason why most teams ban her. And last ban that's coming in is Solis. Solis is a new addition for anyone that doesn't know. She can see gadgets through walls as long as they're powered through electricity. And she can also see the diffuser when it's starting to go down, which is a very good way to counter the diffuser is to just wait from a vertical position, either from above or below with the gadget, and when the plan starts to go down, you just shoot through the floor and get rid of them. Now, we're straight into the round. Mindset Gaming on the defensive side, they're bringing in the pulse. Very interesting to see. This side doesn't have a lot of verticality, but pulse can be used in more ways than just C4ing through the floor. So I'm very excited to see, and I want to see how they play with the pulse here. They also have the Goyo and the Echo. Goyo is going to be there to delay the attackers, especially the entry points, and the most important one is the server side, and especially the hatch drops. Well, they also have the Echo, as I mentioned earlier. Echo is there for the info, to just give info through the cams, give them a way to know where they're pushing from, and he can also notify his team whether the enemy team is rushing or not. Now, Budapest 5, they are all stacked on the squared side, which is interesting to see. They will be going for a kind of a roam clearing on the top floor and the mid floor at the same time. But Aki is there on the main stairs. He might try to delay them. You can also see Nodders here trying to get an early pick onto the attackers, but they're not pushing him yet. They're gonna go around actually and drone the top floor to just make sure that no one is going to double up on him. Black Wolf already taking control over Stock. And yeah, he's just in there, droning, gonna make some vertical holes as well probably, onto open area to be able to see if a defender is playing there or not. As of right now, I don't think anyone is playing in open area anymore. I'm pretty sure Jaeger has dropped out, and that is indeed correct. But Aki is still there on the main stairs. He's gonna play there, he's gonna anchor that position, and Jaeger is there to double up, but he's taken that down by Say What. Hibana here with an entry kill, that's not that usual to see. Is he gonna go to attempt to open the hatches? Probably yes, since he has 3 more teammates of hers to assist her on that, and there's one on the top floor. They're all just pushing together very close to each other, that's good to see. Pulse here scanning to give some info to the rest of his team. Aki has also fallen back to side now, but I can see someone over at the archive side. I can't really tell who that is. Now, they have opened every single hatch of the middle floor. Gonna start to drone a bit. Find a bit more info to know where they should actually push from. While Lucky gets a kill onto Say What, that's Hiban now, but since every hatch was open, it's not really a useful kill. Hawks there anchoring the blue stairs, just waiting for the attackers to push, but nothing is coming over from that side. Pulse still using his scanner to see if he can give any more info. He can't really see anyone right now as they're just split up, so he can't really track any of them. At least not specifically. RB5 attempting to drop the hatch here. They're all stuck there and they're anchoring every other way of cutoff, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for the hard stop here. Aki has read the Dokebi's decision very good though. He's gonna take the swing, but he's gonna lose to Icy. That's Aki off the board, Icy pushing in from the guard side. Backdrops. They're trying to get control over Red, but Siberia gets the better of him. Now, Mum's in another gunfight with Icy. He gets shot down. What a nice shot. Sunti getting a kill on Hoax and Siberia getting a C4 on the Lunar. Now in a 1v2. They don't have the diffuser. The diffuser is on the top floor. How did that happen? Siberia gets both of them and wins the round in a very quick flick at the end. What just happened there? That was a very weird execution. I think I saw the diffuser on the top floor, but I might have been mistaken. Well played to the pulls there at the end. Very just quick to just arise to the situation. I can't really understand how he managed to just get around unnoticed. I'm pretty sure he did so by killing the back, who was trying to pressure the red side, and just went around through vault afterwards. Very well played. The execution there was very delayed. They did go for a quick then, and Icy did really pull a job on his own. He got 2 frags to help his team just proceed into side, but he couldn't make it up to the very last people that were alive, so he just got shut down in the end. Sad to see that. Well, now Muncie Gaming can't obviously repeat the same side since they just won, so they're gonna go on to the side of CEO. They brought a castle, very unique and very common on this side as well. Castle is gonna be there to deploy his castle barricades and try to block any lines of sight onto the side.
10 seconds to insert.
And maybe even doorways, so people will not be able to just walk into side from maybe the top of spiral stairs, maybe square, wherever its team pushes to chooses to push from. Now we see the warden here and a really lovely shield on his side. He's gonna be playing on the square side, try to delay the attackers. I only see a Wamai, which might not be enough for his shield to just stay up there, but let's see what he will manage to do with just Wamai discs there. BP5, same kind of an attacking style here. They all stack up on the square side, and they're just running thoroughly. They're close to each other, to be able to get refrags from what I can tell. Icy getting a bit aggressive there, but he's not going to swing the door yet. There's 2 defenders on the top side of the square stairs, but they won't be able to get a kill as early as that, since the Icy is not gonna pushing in. They know about the shield. Do they know about the Wamai discs? They haven't drawn thoroughly yet, but they won't be able to, since Warden is just there, able to get the drones as soon as he can. Aki getting into a gunfight with Lunar, letting him up, but he didn't finish the job yet. He's kind of stuck there. Can he run out of the and with his life or not? They could be almost getting the kill there, but he wasn't quick enough, leaving the Aruni in a position where she can actually run back and get into safe safely. So now we just have a 5v5, just out of sight. The attacking team doesn't seem to split up yet. They want to be close to each other. Luna actually finishing Aki off. That's Aruni off the board. She was low, and now she has no HP left. Soon getting another gunfight with a castle, shutting him down. That's a 5v3 already. Hoax is gonna go there, try to get a refrag if he can, but he cannot. Icy getting another beautiful shot onto him, making it a 5v2. 2 of them are low, but they still have the man advantage, and they know exactly where the 2 defenders are since they've thrown them out. But they don't know about Warden swinging him out from the janitor door, getting an easy 2k, and another injured, then making it a 2v2, and now basically an active 2v1. They don't know that another guy's injured there, so they will be coming closer to each other, not just with a beautiful long shot. They realize that the shield is there, but he won't be able to impact it from that far away, and in return he gets shot down from Lunar. Now in a 2v1, both Mams should be able to pull this off. They heard him, but they didn't know exactly where he was. He gets an easy kill onto Icy, who was completely unaware of him. Now relocating over to the meeting side. Does Lunar know? The castle barricade, as I talked earlier, it really blocked the line of sight. He has no idea of where the warden is positioned. Now trying to go for a plant. The warden that has no idea where the plant is going down from, so he does give him some time to plan and hear him. He looks away. Lunar, now aware of warden's position, will he be able to relocate and kill him? He will, with a really nice pixel shot, I believe, from the warden's POV, you could see that it was kind of a pixel shot. Wow, the execution pretty, as I talked earlier, pretty close to each other. They didn't want to lose any players early on, so they were just playing close to each other. They got all the reflex needed. Their Mamsu with a really nice play. He gets 2 kills. He injures a third one. He swings over, gets another one later, making it making it a 2v2. But then his teammate tried to contest the OSA from far away, but in return he just got shot down, leaving him in a 2v1. He couldn't really pull that off, but it was a very good attempt from him. They realized that what they did wrong, and that was kind of an overpick issue. They were really overpicking, so they decided to go there again. Mindset Gaming. They will not change anything about the setup. They bring the exact same operators, but in this time they bring the mute as well, I believe. I'm not really sure whether they did or not. Having the castle again, getting the same castle barricades down. They saw how castle really helped last time, so they're probably gonna use the exact same castle barricade positions.
10 seconds left.
And yeah, they bring the Azami, they bring the Wamai, very good against nades. They're gonna have the shields. Oh, I just realized, yeah, they brought the mute over in return for the warden, so they don't have a shield, but they still have the Azami, and Azami can make some sort of a shield-like object, so you can play behind it without getting shot through that. The Azami barricades can be played similar to shields, with the only con that you can't really see through them. This time, for the first time in this map, we see Budapest 5 go for some sort of a split take. One of them spawned on the lobby side, while the rest spawned on the square side. Now Black Wolf is the guy that spawned on the lobby side, as you can see. With the Hibana, he's going to go open canter walls. That's basically the elevator walls for anyone that doesn't know. You're gonna see it shortly. Say what gets an early entry onto Aki. I'm not really sure how that happened. Well, that's the window of the board really early on. Already 2 minutes left. And that's 2 kills actually. Black Wolf gets another one onto Nordet. That's the Azami of the board as well. I don't think she had enough time to deploy any of her Azami gadgets except from one onto top square, but I can't really tell where it is now. Mamsu in dangerous position, especially knowing that Warden was playing their last round, but the Ausa is completely unaware. Luna almost losing his life there. He actually got the best of him though. He survived and now he's alive. Oh, contesting even further, I was hoping he was gonna fall back, but he didn't. Well, now Budapest 5 is just again all together except from 2 players. While Sundi gets a nice nade from below. Sibiria trying to get a kill onto main stage. He gets one and he injures another one, but Icy shuts him down from far away while Lunar gets off the board from the side of top square. Well, God, that was fast. That was a different approach from Budapest 5, and they had 2 really early kills, early entries. You know, making the man count really bad for that side of Mindset Gaming. I can tell that I can definitely say that that split take really switched things up, and it made it easier for them to win the round, especially getting those 2 early kills. One of them was Black Wolf indeed, so him going on the other side of the map was something that the defenders were not expecting. So now, Mindset Gaming being able to go to the bottom floor again, this is the side that they won, so they should be happy that they can repeat it. They didn't change anything to their lineup. I'm really excited to see whether they do play that same kind of roam or not. Having Nordis play in open area, it was kind of risky, and he could have lost his life, but he didn't. He survived for quite a long time. While also Aki was playing on that main stairs, which is also kind of risky, but since Budapest 5 tend to push together, they were not able to just pinch him out of that position or just kill him entirely. This time, will they actually repeat the split take that they used on round 3, or will they go for a 5-man open area take? Well, let's see what they do. Siberia just on the pulse again, flicking through the cams, giving the early info to his team. Knowing where the attacker spawn is something that all defenders should be aware of. So they know, the roamers especially, they need to know where they need to be aggressive on and where they should just leave the area be. Now, Budapest 5 going for a new split take that we haven't seen yet, and that's getting one of the entries on that garage side, while the rest roam clear the rest of the building. Black Wolf already in. I don't know if that the smartest way to put it, since Blackwolf is the one with the primary breaching charges for the Hanush, and actually the only breaching charges on the team. So if he dies there, they lose all sort of hard breach devices. They won't be able to open the hatches, and the hatches on the bottom floor are the most vital part. Now that PP on the garage side, has it spotted Lunar, and if it has, can the defenders act upon that info? Now they know exactly where Lunar is, and Siberia gets a beautiful shot from that red wall over to the guards behind, the track behind, on the backside of the garage. Just a really nice shot. That's the one of the enders of the board, and knowing that the cam is now shot, they won't be able to tell if there's gonna be more people pushing that garage side or if it was just gonna be Lunar as a distraction. Hoax anchoring the blue stairs, but no one is particularly pushing him yet, since Budapest 5 are all held up in that open area side of the map. I see getting a bit of damage there, I'm not really sure how. Did that happen to a hatch? Nope. It did not. Nordis hit him. Oh, it maybe have happened to a hatch, I'm not really sure. Now, Nordis going in onto that garage side, he wants to check if anyone else is pushing behind Yana that got shot earlier, but no one seems to be there. Now, Zundi knows about the smoke, he gets rid of the shield. Smoke is smart, he won't be pushing out into the Claymore, he wants to delay as much time as he can, that's the only purpose. So he's just gonna anchor that, smoking off. That's one smoke babe left in his pocket, so he can't really save a lot of time left. Let's say about 15 seconds extra, but it won't be enough to deny the entire entry from the blue side. Now, notice holding that really nice long angle from the guards wall onto the split drop. Kibana thinks about dropping there, but they still don't have a plan down. Say what gets a kill onto Hoax. That is a smoke. So there we are. We see that Budapest 5 have taken full control over the blue side. Now we'll try to execute. Nordis gets a refrag onto Icy though, and that's the Dokkaebi. That's the Dokkaebi off the board. Siberia gets another one onto Blackwolf. What a nice shot. They know exactly where they're planting. Siberia will get the third one, and Mamsu will finish it off. Siberia is just really good on that pulse. He can really use that UMP to his advantage, getting so many kills, and just being pulse gives them so much info that he can act upon. Really well played by MSG there. Actually, they knew exactly what Budapest 5 were doing, except from the Diana, but as soon as they realized where the Diana was, Siberia got a really nice shot on him, making that a 4K, which is really good for him. Completely saving the round for his whole team there. And Hawks delaying so much time on the blue stars. They really know what they're doing. They tried to counter Budapest 5 and they achieved in doing so. So this time winning that side means that they cannot repeat it right away. So they decide to go into open area. Pretty standard lineup here. They got the Echo, who will be able to tell them if they're rushing through the hatch or not with an Amaru. From what I can tell, Budapest 5 are not thinking about a rush yet. But Mindset Gaming do have the Hoax onto Cade. I'm not really sure where he's going to be using that K close. Probably this case close are going to be going onto the quadruple wall, or the hatches in admin, or maybe even the family walls right here on the elevator door. But you never know how a team is playing until you see them play. And now, Nord is here, roaming around the tellers area, getting some castle barricades down. They will be making an extension into tellers from archives and admin. Quite a wide extension. They also have the rotate onto the main stair, which is a really nice thing to see. And the fit holes as well. It means that you can hold the entirety of tellers just by playing on the bottom part of the main stairs. Now, we can see that Budapest 5 are gonna be going for their roam clear on the open area, on the trading, excuse me. They will be droning it thoroughly, but Smoke is there, or Mute I should say, Siberia is there to make some vertical holes and try to delay them from doing so. At least not right away. Now, the drone knows exactly where Siberia is. Trying to go for a pretty cheeky kill there, but Ash misses the shots. And she won't be able to get the kill yet until she rappels onto the wall, and as soon as she does, she gets shot down from Siberia. Once again, Siberia seems to be on fire today. Hoax on the main stairs, he's trying to hold off the main stairs guy, and that is probably gonna be Icy. Yana of Zundi actually droning everything out. The extension is clear from what they can tell. Will he try to go for the archives clear, or will he not? Now, all alone, I'm not sure if he knows where the castle is, but but his teammates are opening up above, so they can give him info. Now, Nordis actually pushing up. He doesn't exactly know where Zunde is, but he will try to go for the swing at some point. He does get the kill onto Zundi, but Saywat gets an immediate refrag onto him. That's the castle off the board. That's a 3v4 for the team of Budapest 5. Now, they know that there are more people around that extension side, so they will try to go to clear it out instead of going for a direct open area take.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Sabir shuts down Saywat from the admin's rotate actually. That was a long shot and a very nice one. That's ace off the board. Black Wolf doesn't know exactly where the Cade is. He just sprinted through the archives door, and he realized after where he got shot from that position. Now, holding the angle will delay the Cade from relocating and finding his teammates. So he just cuts him off just like that. Siberia able to fight and taking the long shots, but he won't be able to hit any yet since it's a very long distance. They keep pushing even further into archives, getting the swing onto Cade in any moment now, pre-firing him and getting a really nice kill, but he immediately gets shut down from Mamsu from a very nice angle from into side to admin. Now Black Wolf in a 1v3, 15 seconds left, he can't really do much, gets shut down from behind. Siberia with another really shot. That was another 3k for Siberia. He's just on fire today. He cannot stop killing people. Already, Mindset Gaming, they are really strong. They seem to realize that Budapest 5 are getting a lot of players on the same position. They know that they will be able to refrag each other. So they seem to be aggressing up on these extensions. They have multiple people playing outside of side but close to each other. So when one of them goes down, they will be able to get a refrag on that attacking operator. Making it a 2v3 now, a 2-2-3 now. Mindset Gaming have the upper hand and they go on the upper floor. Now, pretty same setup. This time they brought the Warden and a Mosey, which they had not brought yet. And the Mosey, Nordis decides to go on Mosey, probably gonna be roaming around as he did last round, but this time he has some gadgets that might be able to help him by capturing drones and droning the entry points that attackers choose to go through. Very smart choice. They also brought the Warden, as I mentioned. They have the shield that they used on the second round, and they also have the Azami that will be able to make even more indestructible walls. Now, they don't seem to do anything different than they did last time. Nordis is just down there roaming, trying to get rid of some drones and capture other drones so he can drone around the building. And Budapest 5, they seem to stick to tradition. Just all 5 of them are pushing the square side. They wanna be safe than sorry. Therefore, they're all playing together. Now, already droning the square side. I don't know, with Black Wolf not being on the other side of the map, meaning the lobby side of the map, I'm not sure whether they will be able to get an entry as early as they did last round. And from the looks of it, they won't be able to, because the time has already passed a bit. Now, Lunar droning the janitor guy out, breaking the barricade, and making his way into square. They already have square control, or at least the top part of it. They know exactly where Nordis is, though. He will try to go for a sneaky little C4 from below, but he has been read out, so will they be able to counter him? Now we can see Icy pushing that E-box door, but he decides to relocate over to that open area window, opening it up. Actually, Nordis shifted his attention from Icy back to the OSA, but he gets shut down from Icy by looking away. He gets shut down from his back, and that's a C4 down. That's the only C4 that MSG had on their hands. So no more vertical plays. Now it's all about 1v1s on the top floor. Lunar almost getting the castle of the board there, kind of early, but Siberia just plays in a power position here, close to the bridge. He won't be able to get affected now, but except if they try to go for a nade from below, for example the Yana there. But from the looks of it, they won't be able to go for that, at least not yet, since the Yana is on the roof of the building. Lunar making his way up into square, getting a really nice kill onto Castle. That's Siberia off the board. Kind of a playmaker, so it's kind of sad for him to go. Sayvat gets another one onto Mamsu. That's the warden of the board. Now Wamai gets another another shot on. He gets shot down actually from Lunar, and Sundi gets the last kill onto Hoax, who was playing on that elevator side as the Azami. Well, Yana with a really nice pinch there. That's not a common rappelling spot, so it's really nice to see that coming in from Budapest 5. Another quick round there. The execution wasn't as early as some other of the rounds that they played, but they did manage to execute really quick. When they started doing it, they were finished in about 20 to 30 seconds. There's not a lot to discuss here. Budapest 5 just play together, they're ready for the refrags, and they did send the Icy to get the early kill onto Nordes, but they played it in a way where Nordes wouldn't be able to shift his attention to one spot specifically, or entirely I should say, which led him to his death. Now, Manson Gaming switching sides, going onto the attacking side, which leads Budapest 5 onto the defending side. Now, they choose to go on the bottom side again, or not again, but the first side they choose is bottom floor, which is what Mindset did 6 rounds earlier. I can't help but notice the Nordes onto the Amaru. They know exactly how will they utilize the Amaru. I'm pretty sure they will try to drone the roamers, and maybe Amaru will try to just attack them right away. For example, if any of the roamers are playing on the top floor, she might try to rappel in from the CEO windows or the top square windows and catch them off guard. Now, the big difference that I can spot from the side of Budapest 5 is that they don't bring a pulse on the bottom floor, and maybe that's exactly the reason why they do that, is because there's no verticality on that floor, which is really interesting to see. But they do bring the gate nonetheless, because they want to keep the hatches reinforced for as long as they can. Now, Minds and Gaming, completely different take from what Budapest 5 used to do. They are not 5-man pushing the same spot, but they are actually splitting up quite heavily here. There's 2 people on the square side. I saw some people are playing on the CEO side. There's no one pushing dirt yet, but there's people pushing lobby, and that's for sure. They will try to drone out any defenders that are roaming around the building, but no one seems to be on the top floor. Maybe they might find some gems on the middle floor, but I can't really tell, but I'm pretty sure that everyone is inside turtling. Yeah, that's exactly the case. They will try to be as safe as they can here, and they might have put some traps around the building so they can delay the attackers by thinking that there are people roaming there, but there's no obvious rotates there except from the open hatch in blue, or otherwise known as servers. Now, Sabia on the Dokebi, droning around. They can't really tell if anyone is roaming, but they have kind of gotten used to that now. They're pushing up or down the square stairs. They're gonna go into the square lobby and maybe start pushing blue stairs. Or maybe not. Notice is on the elevator hatch, getting it open, and there's Hibana and Siberia. Siberia using the EMP grenades will disable the K-Claws, and Hoax on the Hibana will just breach the hatches as easy as that. Now, that's 2 hatches open, or make it 3. Aki gets an early entry, or maybe not an early, but he gets an entry onto Zunti, and that's the Azami of the board. Not as important as the K, though. This way, they will manage to get an entry into servers. They have cleared it out completely. All they have to do now is find a way to attack that side of A. Will they be able to get the plant down? There's only 45 seconds left. It's enough to make a play, but if the team keeps stalling, maybe they won't be able to make a play. Luna gets into a gunfight with Aki. Aki seems to be losing the gunfight, so he has less HP than Lunar. Now, he's trying to get the long angles down, but he doesn't see any players on the other side of the angles. Aki gets smoked, he loses some of his HP, but Hoax is not affected if he goes through the rotate. Will he try to go for a plant? He will on that really default side. Say what and Black Wolf don't know exactly where he's planting, they can't really tell. Luna gets a kill out to Nordes, but the plant goes down, making it a 4v4 post plan. Siberia gets a kill onto Say what from the hatch, really nice position. He can cover the entirety of it, but there's 2 defenders, Luna and Black Wolf, were actually flanking from that main stairs. They have been spotted out, but there's also Ramsu there, turning in the corner, trying to cover Siberia. He gets a kill onto Lunar. That's a 1v4 as Aki kills Icy, and Blackwood gets shot down from the hatch because Siberia is holding one of the most precious angles that he can in a post-plan scenario. Like that, he can deny any sort of diffusal attempts. very well played to Mindset Gaming. They played that very well. They knew exactly what to hold. They had a very good execution. Although it wasn't an early execution. It was definitely not late. The plant attempt was at the 10-second mark, which was more than enough for an attacker to plant, as the plant only takes 7 seconds to go down. And Sabir just playing on that hatch was just very, very OP. They would not be able to defuse except if they got rid of him. Budapest 5 tried to go get rid of him, but there were 2 people holding the flank. Sabir being one of them, obviously, yeah, but it was still enough for them to both die and just not be able to get the kill onto Sabir. Now, Mindset Gaming, they are winning. They have the upper hand. The score is 4-3 on their side, and Budapest 5, having lost that bottom floor, they decide to go onto the open area next. Maybe not as common as you would expect. You would probably have thought that they might choose to go CO over open area as a second attempt on the defending side. But every team plays differently here. They have Zundi. This is exactly what I was talking about. Open area. It doesn't have a lot of verticality on one of the sides, but the other one is filled with distractible walls. So the pulse there might be a really big playmaker, since he will be able to get C4s and give info to the rest of his team. Now, he knows exactly where 2 of the attackers are and where they're rappelling up from. Will he be able to get a kill? He will fall back instead. Nordis gets a very early and long shot onto Lunar. That's Azami off the board. She didn't even try or have enough time to utilize all of her abilities. She only used a couple. And I don't even know how he managed to get that shot. He actually breached the reception wall, allowing himself to see even further into tellers and archives, getting that really nice shot onto Luna. Wow, that was a really nice shot. I cannot stop thinking about it. Now Pulse, Zundi getting even more info, giving it to his teammates. They know that the back is on the top of the square stairs, but there's no one there to actually counter him right now. He spots out Siberia as well. They will try to make their way into CEO, and that means that Zundi might be in position to get a C4 kill now in a bit of time if he actually decides to go into archives, but he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to risk his life. Now Legion gets shut down. Icy didn't know where Siberia was. Siberia got a really nice shot onto him, making it a 3v4 or 3v5. 1:30 left on the clock. Zundi on that pulse scanner, trying to find even more people if he can, but Mindset Gaming are not playing above the side anymore. There's only 2 of them on that square side. Yep, there's only 2 of them playing on that square side, and the rest are prepping up for an execution. There's still a lot of time left. They can think about this thoroughly. Siberia making his way into archives, holding these long angles, but none of the defenders are going to pick, since they are in a very bad disadvantageous position right now. Zundi close on that double door. It's cancelled off, so he can't really do much. Siberia getting another shot. Black Wolf. Zundi spots him out, but he won't be able to get the kill through just a simple wallbang, I should say. But getting a really nice position to look over the bridges. Will he be able to get a kill? We won't know yet. He will be able to get a kill. That's IQ off the board. Say1 gets another one onto Nordes, but Zundi gets knocked. It's an active 1v3 for the Echo. Gets another nice shot on Yuya. He still has his drone active, but they're not going for a plan, so his drones won't do much since his teammates can hold them for him, give him info. He's really close to a clutch now. It's a 1v2. He knows exactly where both of his enemies are. They will try to go for the plan, but his echo cams are up and ready for the denial. Will he be able to kill him before he plants? He won't. Hoax gets the shot onto him instead. Hoax covering his teammate while he's planting. Really well played there. He got a really nice wallbang. His teammate did actually fall to the gunfire there, but he didn't die completely. I'm pretty sure he just got injured. Well, Mindset Gaming, they know what their executions are gonna be. They know exactly what they're doing. They're getting vertical play, because that side is very vertical. As I said, it has a lot of vertical ability. So they decide to destroy Budapest 5's extension into archives by just opening the floor up. And it did come down to a 1v2, obviously, at the end, because 2 of the defenders decided to be playmakers. But sadly, the Echo was not able to clutch the entirety of the round. And just before the clutch attempt was going to go down, the score was a 5v2 or a 4v2. I don't really remember correctly. which means that they would have been able to win that round, but making the 1v2 was really hard task on its own, so they might not be able to just complete the task just like that, especially with only one player on the board remaining for Budapest 5. Now, they will decide to go to the same side again. This time they switch out the pools for
Attackers objective
a lesion, and they also get a frost in. That's a lot of traps, and especially they have thinking about how they have a Mozzie and an Echo as well. I'm pretty sure the Mozzie got a drone. I think that's what the 1 means below the Mozzie gadgets. He has been able to steal a drone successfully, and having both one Mozzie drone and 2 Echo drones, they have a lot of info onto the attackers. All they have to do now is wait. Isaac gets an accidental team kill onto Black Wolf. And that's the first of the board. Luckily, it's the first, which means that she was able to deploy all of her utility down. But it's still not a good look for them, especially putting them into a 4v5. And they already are losing with a 2-round disadvantage. How will that affect them in this round? Aki already able to get some verticality above his enemy's defense. I could see, yeah, the Mozzie is trying to roam the blue stairs. Has he been spotted out yet? He has not been spotted out. He's just on cams, maybe one of his own cams as well, and 2 of the Echo cams, trying to see exactly where his enemies are. Say what now, getting on cams, searching for some more info. He's communicating with Lunar there. Lunar wants to be able to go for a flank, but he won't be able to go for a flank until his enemies leave that top square part. Because as soon as he steps out of the beepers of the blue door, he's going to be heard and maybe killed as well. Zundi getting a lot of damage from the lobby side. Now his XP is blinkering red. Wow, the Lunar trying to get a cheeky little angle there, but he won't be able to spot out the Dokkaebi of Icy yet, or not. Obviously Siberia, I mean. Now Zundi utilizing his Azami gadgets very smartly there. He's breaking up the line of sight that Back creates, but Aki has enough bullets to make even more, so one Azami gadget will be in to counter his ability. Lunar makes his way onto the top floor. The drone that he's looking at is inactive. They don't know about him. Nordis gets another kill onto Icy though. Lunar gets a refrag onto Aki. That's the back of the board. No more verticality for them, except if they use the Dokkaebi DMR. They have a drone on him he is completely unaware of. Hawks giving the active pings to Nordis, and Nordis actually utilizes on the pick, getting Lunar off the board. That's a 2v5 or 2v4 for the Budapest 5, making it a 1v4 as Nordis gets another kill. See what is holding his angle. He won't be able to condense him. A really nice shot onto him. All you could see was he Echo's head, and he shot it right away. That was very well played by Nordis specifically. He got so many kills that round. It was actually amazing. Budapest 5, they're not doing well right now. They need to switch something up, and I'm not really sure how they will achieve it. As of right now, they have kind of a heavy roam, but it's not where they should be roaming at. You could see Lunar was trying to get some early picks there by holding angles from blues and being on the bottom floor. But bottom floor is not where Mindset Gaming is pushing from. He had to be on the top floor, trying to anchor that back and trying to get the back of the board. Back was the most precious attacker that they needed to get rid of right away. Because as soon as he opens up these floors, you won't be able to have a lot of cover left. You either need to come into the side of kitchen or admin in the best case scenario, because admin is also distractible. Now, only 1 round away from losing the entire match, Budapest 5 decided to go back onto that bottom floor. This is round 10, and they went on the bottom floor when they first switched to the defending side, which was round 7. Then bring the kid again, because obviously you want to keep your hatches up for as long as you can. They're the most important part of this defense are the hatches and the server side. Now, they didn't switch a lot on their lineup. Actually, I don't think they switched anything on their lineup. They have the only thing that they switched was Smoke playing on the blue side. Now, MSG, same defense, same attack, I should say. They have the Amaru, they have Siberia on Dokkaebi, Siberia the operator. They also have IQ on the Henry, and they also have the Hibana on Hawks. Hibana the most important attacker as of right now. She will be the only one able to open the hatches other than Nordes, but he's not the primary heart breacher, as his breaching devices are only secondary. Sundi, he's being spotted out, running from the top part of the main stairs back to open area. Do they know exactly where he is or not? Siberia will try to actually counter him, but Luna is there. Siberia on the... Oh, not Siberia. Who's on the main stairs? I can't really tell. It's Aki. It's Aki on Yana. But Luna is there to counter Aki. He went back to the bottom floor now, playing safe. Will they be able to push down the main stairs though? There's a lot of players there. Zundi getting an early kill onto Siberia. That's Tokibi off the board. And that's the EMPs. Which means that if the Keikos are still standing... Hibana won't be able to get the hatches down. She won't be able to open them without the EMPs. That's really bad for the team of Mindset. They know about the Warden. Will they try to skip him over and just push side directly, since there's less people inside than there would be with Zundi? They don't want to take the risk yet. They won't try to kill him out, but he will try to clear them out by rotating over the lobby side. Have they got any info on him or not? Aki doesn't seem aware of him, as he's looking on the other side. Now, Hibana turns around, open area, just skipped over him. Do they know where Lunar is? Lunar playing in that E-box position, and Zudin playing on the reception position. He has been drowned, and he gets the kill onto Nordes. That's Amaru over the board, making it 5v3, and a double kill for Zundi. He's doing really good. Now, two of the attacking players know where he is. Well, they will try to relocate over to him from that reception side, but Zundi has already been in archives. He gets shot down from Hoax though. Hoax very well played there, playing safe as the breacher. He really shouldn't go down yet. There's only 35 seconds left. They need to make a play, and they need to make it now. IQ will actually try to counter the kid of Black Wolf, but he's holding a really nice angle that no one can contest, getting the shutdown onto Mamsu. It's a 4v2 for Budapest 5. All they have to do is anchor now. They know exactly where the attackers are pushing from, and that's gonna be elevator high. One of them drops. Bakov has heard him. He's going to try to contest him. He hits him. He's very low. Hoax on the backup. He stands up, gets a kill onto Aki with a pistol, and Lunar kills the other guy from above, from the hatch that they themselves opened, which is really unlucky for them. Budapest 5, that's the first defending round that they win. They play very well. They had the roamers this time. The roamers tried to delay as much time as they can. Instead of just roaming in places that Mindset weren't gonna push, they decided to go onto the top floor, because on the top floor is where most of the action is gonna come on the early phase, especially Warden. The Warden of Zundi went on the top floor. First thing he saw was the back, and he shut him down. And then, roaming around the building, probably a minute after, he gets another kill, making it a 5v3 for his team. Very well played from there. Now, Budapest 5, they seem to win a round, but is that enough to build momentum? Is that enough to build confidence and consistency for them to bring it over to an overtime? We won't be able to know until we actually see it happen. Now, Budapest 5, they go to the top floor. They go onto the CEO side, but they don't bring the Castle, and Castle has been a very nice pick for Mindset Gaming. He's been proven to be very strong, especially for this side. So, are Budapest 5 wrong for not bringing him in? Or do they plan something different? Maybe something that neither us or Mindset Gaming will be able to counter. Now, Black Wolf making this uncommon rotates in the admin side on the admin room actually, to the kitchen side and the archive side. You can see that the Warden of Zundi is near that area. Maybe he's going to be roaming around these two spots. Having that C4 in hand is actually really good for him. He will be able to get a lot of vertical kills if he goes unspotted. But will he go unspotted now? Mamsu and the entirety of MSG are going for another speed take. Luna gets a very early kill onto Siberia, and that's Dokibi off the board once again. Very weird to see how Dokibi dies that early, but the funny thing is that she died to a gun of her own, making that the MK14 DMR. Now, MSG making the way into lobby, and at the same time, Mamsu making his way into lone. They're trying to go for a complete lobby take. Nordes running himself and his teammate onto the main stairs, getting the Kiklo off the board. That's huge for them. Because now Mamsu can actually open that counter wall, and being able to rappel in this game, you can see very far if you rappel in the opposite side of the wall. You can see up to the stock and the janitor corner, which is really strong for the attacking side. Especially if there's a shield there, you basically tell them that they need to leave the shield, otherwise they die from behind them. Now, notice running even further into side. Maybe he's trying to give Aki some info for nade kills. As you can see, Aki making his way into lobby as well. But Black Wolf shuts down Aki instead, because he's still roaming in the archives area. No one was expecting that. That shotgun can be really strong, because it's not just a shotgun. It can also be a DMR. Now, if you count that as an anti kill, you actually wasted 2 nades as well instead of just killing the entry of the team. Luna gets another kill onto Hawks, making that a double, and that's Hibana of the board, or that's Ace of the board. Now, noticing a really long gunfight with one of BP5's players, Luna gets a very nice pixel kill onto him instead. God damn, this guy is on fire as well. Now, Mamsu can't really do much in a 1v5, can he? There's 50 seconds left there. It is enough for him to make a play, but will he be able to counter any of the defenders with the position that they're holding? The answer is he won't be able to. Lunar gets the best of him. That was a 3k or a 4k for Lunar. With that gun, he's really a demon on it, and it's a really good DMR. There seems to be some sort of technical problem here, having Aki leave the game. Now, Budapest 5, they just won 2 amazing rounds back to back. They start to build confidence, they start building consistency. Mindset Gaming decided to pull a tactical timeout instead, but they might be using it as an excuse for the teammate to come back, because they don't want to waste extra time from what they need. Now, losing 2 rounds in a row, though, that may be a reason why they're pulling that timeout as well, because they had the upper hand for such a long time, right? They were winning rounds back to back, they knew exactly what they were doing, but now BP5 started to counter that game style that they've been following. Both of these teams have been very turtly on the defense, but BP5 have changed that up now. They have a lot of roamers, and it seems to be paying off. And it doesn't matter what operator is going to be on the roam, as long as he has the utility to actually rotate around or make some impact when it comes to vertical plays, especially that Cade. I'm pretty sure Black Wolf was on the Cade last round. He played that really well, playing around that archive side, having rotates to all around the map. He got that kill onto one of Budapest 5's players that was on the lobby, denying a pair of nades, and that was Aki that died and isn't in the lobby right now. Well, Budapest 5, they are playing really well. They can't really you can't really blame them. They had to turn this around, and they're only 1 round away from overtime, which doesn't only secure 1 point, it also secures them a chance to go for a complete win. Although it's an overtime win, it's still a win, and it's something that you should be fighting for. Now, Mindset Gaming, on the other hand, are 1 round away from losing their flawless win, or maybe not flawless, but definitely a win that will give them more points, since it's going to be before the overtime mark. Now, they need to change something. They seem to be going for a really wide split take every single time they attack any of these sites. Maybe they have to be closer for the refrags. As you can see, a lot of BP5 players are either playing together on the roam or just turtling, still holding angles and crosses, in a way where they won't be able to get shut down without getting their revenge back. So now, Mindset Gaming should be able to find a way to counter that. You know, pulling that tactical timeout as well, it definitely gave them time to converse with the rest of their teammates, and just in between them, they need to find a way. And having that timeout, yeah, they just talked over it. They tried to maybe even implement new strats instead of just using the same ones. Now, they choose to go onto the open area side, which I'm pretty sure they only went once this game, or twice, I mean. They have Lunar on Azami. You know, Lunar being as crazy as he was with the DMR, he can definitely make even more impact with different guns other than the DMR. Having that bandit instead of the Cade this time, Last time they went on this side, they used the Cade to counter this breach here on the quadruple wall to kitchen. But this time they bring the bandit. I don't think they're gonna go for a bandit trick, but it's definitely something to delay the breach happening from the side of Mindsen Gaming. Now you can see Zundi on the Mozi and Icy on the bandit. They're both roaming on the top floor. That's why they chose a bandit as well, because he's 3-speed. He can be very versatile and very fast in order to roam around the building. Therefore, they chose to go with the bandit over than the Cade, so he can just deploy his gadgets on the quadruple wall to delay the breach, and at the same time be on the top floor, nowhere remotely near his gadgets, while trying to make some impact in any other way. And the best way that he can make impact right now is killing some of his enemies, especially ones as the ace or the back, which will be able to. Either one of them can open walls. One of them can open hard breach walls, and the other one can open soft walls. Now, Zundi in an early gunfight with the back, none of them seem to hit a shot yet. Now, both of them leave that engagement scot-free. Now, you can see Luna has taken some damage, but that was from the start of the round with an impact that she herself threw. While Sabria gets a kill onto Icy, that's one of the roamers down. Very early entry, and notice gets the other roamer of Lunar down. There's no one playing on the top floor now. The only thing they have is the two players inside, and one playing that extension into Archives. Well, that's not really good for them, but they still have the C4 onto Zundi. Will Zundi be able to get a refrag with that C4? No, he will decide to drop onto the bottom floor. Will he be able to go up the blue stairs and find a kill? No one's playing there yet, but they might go later. Mindsen Gaming all stacked up on that square side. The bike is about to make some damage onto that floor below his feet. But he's still droning, so he doesn't miss any of the potential roamers that could be on the top floor. As of right now, there's none. They seem to know about that. Siberia makes his way down main stairs. Moving up at the castle, he sees the holes onto that teller's wall, and back makes the holes behind Blackwolf as well. Blackwolf gets a lot of damage, gets about half of his HP done and dusted from the main stairs. Siberia runs back up, trying to reunite with the rest of his teammates. Soon he gets that C40 kill I was talking about, and that is ace of the board, which means that they don't have enough hard breaches to open the walls now, except from the back's hard breach devices. Siberia gets an instant refrag almost onto Blackwolf, meaning that the player that was playing the extension is now gone, and there's only one inside, one onto that square side. Aki, no, it's not Aki, it was Hawks on the drones. He picks him, and then Aki picks him as well. Zundi gets a very nice double killer in under 2 seconds even. Now this makes his way into side. He knows with the echoes, very nice bang. Now Zundi relocating around. He did get 2 kills, but there's another 2 on the line that he has to get rid of if he wants to win this round. They don't know where Zundi is. He will try to make his way up the main stairs. He hears Siberia planting that diffuser, but he doesn't know exactly where he was, because the other was just through the hatch, making his way onto the open area double door. The OKB had successfully hacked the cams, which means that camera that Zundi just shot wasn't controlled by one of his teammates, but rather than one of the enemies, since the OKB can just hack the cams and have access to any kind of info that defenders have. Now Zundi has been spotted out. Making his way to admin, he will be struck from his right from the Nordis, and Nordis gets the final kill onto him. That was a very nice shot from him. Zundi didn't know exactly where either of his enemies were. He had some idea about the kitchen guy, but he wasn't able to get a finisher onto him either. Very close round, very good attempt from Zundi. He sadly wasn't able to class the rounds entirely, and MSG just winning with a very good score of 7-5. BP5 were really close to turning that around, but MSG just shoots something up, making it happen, winning that game in relegation, and getting a full 3 points. Well played to them, well played to both teams. That was the second game of the day. As I said, it was MSG versus BP5. Of the close qualifiers, and it was round 2. It was Ultra on the mic, and I'm hoping to see you guys again on the next podcast. Just stay tuned and have fun.
been stuck here for days and I can't seem to let you go. You pull me up and I put you down. You gave me love, then I stole your crown. You let me in, then I pushed you out. Pushed you out, pushed you out. Come let me make up for all these pain. I've been a mess tied by all these chains. Open my eyes, now I finally see. Struck our feet, yeah. Can we be free? Let's go!